Hi everyone, how are you? This is Monica Shimonik with Moms Unshackled, and for those who don't know me very well, I'll just give you a little background. I am a mother, I'm an author, activist, I'm a certified health and mindset coach, I'm an ADA advocate, and I have been in the family court system. It'll be my 10-year anniversary is coming up really soon. I've been fighting for equal rights to my 12-year-old son since January of 2010. I have been in and out of the family courts for a very, very, very long time. Hundreds of court appearances, thousands of pages of pleadings, multiple trials. I have an active lawsuit in the federal court. I have a pending Supreme Court petition. I've been pro se for about 5 years now, and I have come to learn my rights. Okay, all I do all day long, well, not all day, but a lot. I spent a lot of time researching parental rights, constitutional rights, rights under informed consent, rights under contract law, rights under IDEA, which is education law for kids with disabilities. I study the American with Disabilities Act, and I actually became an ADA advocate in March. I'm going to advise parents now and today. I'm going to give you some tough love. Family law attorneys are discouraged from truly standing up for parents. Family law attorneys, I don't think they're bad people at all. I think a lot of them are bad, but I think most of them are probably good people. But family law attorneys work inside a dirty and corrupt and broken system. Very few family law attorneys are going to be the only ones standing up for a parent's rights and risk getting shot. Okay, my attorney had her tire slashed outside the courthouse while she was representing me and my fundamental rights. I don't think she's going to do that again. Family law attorneys have a lot to lose when they actually do their jobs. When family law attorneys stand up and they say, Your Honor, why are you demanding that my client co-parent a certain way with his or her former spouse? That is a violation of the First Amendment, because the state can't compel speech. The state can't force two parties of sound mind to interact with one another in a certain fashion. They can't force two fit parents to get along. They can't force two fit parents to agree. They can't even force you to use our family wizard. They can't force you to email. They can't force you to text. That is a violation of the First Amendment. Do you know that? As parents, do you know that? Do you know that the state can't direct how you behave with a third party? The state can't prevent you from going to doctor's appointments. The state can't prevent you from going to school functions. I have so many parents, moms and dads, who are forbidden from attending school concerts, school graduations. They don't even have a restraining order. It's just in the parenting orders that one parent can't go to school functions, like on the other parent's parenting time. That is a violation of your First Amendment right to access public property as you see fit. Okay? You are in charge of your own life, not the government. Not being in a romantic relationship with your child's other parent does not declare you a second-class citizen. You are not subservient to the whims of the government. This is just an example. If you have any final orders from your judge that say that the other parent gets to choose religion, the state just violated your fundamental rights under the First Amendment. You get to practice religion freely in your own home. You get to teach your children your religious beliefs. Okay? The other parent also has the right to do that. Okay? If you are Jewish and your former spouse is Christian, guess what? Your child gets to learn both. Okay? The government cannot interfere with what you say and speak in your own home. The government cannot interfere with your right to worship with your child and speak to your child about your belief system. If the government says that you are not allowed to talk about the family court with your child and not allowed to discuss the case with your child, that is a violation of your rights. You have the right to speak to your child with whatever subject matter you want, as long as it's legal. There's other things. There's very serious issues. Now, if you don't know your rights, if what I'm saying is like new to you, fine. Now is the time to learn your rights. I don't care if your child is like 16 and a half and you've been in the courts for 10 years and you've been just letting the guardian ad litem run the show and letting the judge run the show. That's fine. Learn your rights now. Do some research. Go to scholar.google.com. Go to fixedfamilycourts.com. Get the book Not in the Best Interest of the Child, or I think it's called Not in the Child's Best Interest. It's a big green book on Amazon. It's $35. Get the book, learn your rights, follow my page, follow my live streams, or just simply Google search. Do not Google search family law. If you Google search First Amendment rights, and then you Google search like family law rules, it will say that the Google sites The Googling your rights in family law will take you to attorney blogs, and then the attorney's blogs will say that the judge gets to decide. No sirree, Bob. That is not how it works. Stay away from anything family law related when you research your rights. Research case law, research Supreme Court case law. There's so many cases out there. There's really good cases. Get the green book on Amazon from Ron and Sherry Palmer to learn more. They say almost 100 cases that are most of them are controlling. There are other issues. If you have a child with a disability and you are being punished for going to court to try to remedy issues with your disabled child in the family court, and you get sanctioned. My husband was sanctioned over $7,000 this week for going to court to advocate for our son with autism. That is a violation of the anti-retaliatory clause of the American with Disabilities Act and Section 504. Okay, if the government punishes you for standing up for a disabled person, that is a civil rights violation. These laws have been on the books for a long time. Family courts are continuously punishing people for advocating for these rights. Now, so if you don't know your rights, I encourage you to look them up. Look up your rights under informed consent. You do not have to submit to a psychological evaluation. That is a violation of your rights. You have to be an immediate threat to yourself or to others. You cannot be forced into any sort of psych eval against your will. So if a judge in family court, to simply decide what's the best interest of your child, tells you to get a psych eval, say no. If you say yes, you are waiving your rights. So again, if you don't know your rights, it's fine. Read about them, learn about them. Now, the tough love I'm going to be giving is for the small population of parents that I've been speaking to. I'm sorry that it's getting dark. I'll talk really fast. There's a small population of parents that I'm in touch with, and I love you dearly. If you're watching, you know who you are. Okay? Connecticut parents I've been in close touch with over the past few weeks. If you know your rights, which you are learning, and you're still not applying them in family court, if you're still saying, well, thank you so much for that information, I'm really glad I'm learning this, but I don't want to use it in the court because the judge will punish me and the GAL will punish me and I'll be retaliated against. I get that. I understand standing up for yourself in court is literally scarier than childbirth. I'm speaking from experience. And I had 3 10-pound babies, okay? 2 of them at home. I get how scary that is. I know it's scary. I was scared to death when I stood up for my rights in the court, and I know that they can retaliate against you. I was sanctioned $3,500 for standing up for my rights. I get it. However, what's the alternative? Look at where you are. You wouldn't be watching this live stream if you didn't have a problem in your family law case. So is sitting back and letting the judge determine best interest, is that working? Okay, are you happy being not seeing your children 26 days a month? Are you happy not being able to teach your child your religion, or not going to doctor's appointments, or being prohibited from having certain types of discussion around your children? You have to be willing to overcome the fear of standing up for yourself, because once you do stand up for yourself, then you automatically have a case for the appellate court and for the Supreme Court, and you could change the laws in Connecticut. You can be the first parent in your state. Sorry, I didn't mean Connecticut. I meant anywhere you are. If you're in like Utah and you stand up and say, Your Honor, you don't get to tell me that I have to use Our Family Wizard, or you don't get to tell me that I must communicate through email with my ex, or you don't get to tell me that I have to go to co-parenting counseling. Okay? If you stand up and tell it to your judge, and the judge says, well, sit down, I don't want to hear from you, goodbye. Great. Go to the appeals court. Okay? It's a violation of your rights. You cannot be confined to a little room and to get therapy with somebody who probably abused you. Okay? That's a violation of your rights, and it's also probably a violation of your rights under the American with Disabilities Act if you have anxiety, like a condition like anxiety. This has been going on for 50 years. When does it stop? Are you just going to keep sitting back and letting the state dictate your private life? You're allowed to get divorced. Your kids, you don't need to be punished for getting divorced, and you don't need to be punished because your ex doesn't like you. So, yeah, feel free to leave comments, questions, and we will talk soon. All right, bye-bye.